I am an advocate of background checks for gun purchases. In the way that many mass shootings, gun advocates claim that the focus should be on getting help for the mentally ill, not on restricting guns. And I agree with that to an extent, yet last Wednesday the Senate joined the House in revoking a rule that would have required the Social Security Administration to add the names of Americans suffering from psychiatric disorders to the National Background Check database and deny them permission to buy guns. My question is, how did you vote on this issue, and if you indeed voted to revoke this rule, why?
I voted yes, and the reason is very simple. I don't believe that a constitutional right can be taken away on bureaucratic whim. I have no problems with background checks. I have no problems with people who are violent or are a threat to themselves or to others from being banned from ownership. But that has to accord them due process of law so that they can contest the evidence, have their day in court, and be judged according to the guarantees of our Bill of Rights. To deprive anyone of a constitutional right under the Bill of Rights without due process of law is antithetical to everything that our Constitution stands for. I know the Obama rule that you're referring to basically says that if you're on a mental disability in the Social Security system and have somebody helping you with your finances, you can, not only can you be prohibited from owning a firearm, but anybody in the household is banned. I think of my dad. He had a gun collection he loved. He developed dementia. My mom took care of him. If he had claimed Social Security disability, I don't believe that he did, but if he had, everyone in the household would be banned from possessing firearms without due process of law. That I find antithetical. Now, let me just ask you a question. How many here would support depriving an American citizen of their constitutional rights without due process of law? How many here are willing to do that? How many are appalled at that thought? Thank God.
I have to say, first of all, it is a true honor to be here with all of my friends and neighbors. So thank you, everyone, for being here.
Yeah.
My name is Echo Davenport. I've been living in this district for 16 years. And one thing I know about Mariposa County is that we are united. Maybe we disagree on some issues, but we don't blindly follow along with our party lines. We're united that we've chosen to live surrounded by public lands. We're united in our vulnerability to natural disasters. We're united when we cheer for each other's kids on the soccer field, when we support our schools, 4-H clubs, and scouts. We love Master Angie for not only teaching karate to our community, but for developing character around the values we all share, including respect, honesty, and dedication. The Constitution does not require a dichotomy of Republican versus Democrat, but rather a representative government. However, your voting record shows that you do not represent the majority of your constituents on each issue. Most notably, your votes to defend public health services that have strong bipartisan support in this district. We do not want the divisiveness in Washington to rive our community. How can you say that you are honoring our Constitution and supporting a representative democracy when your voting record shows that you have more loyalty to your party than your constituents?
Yeah.
To the test every 2 years. My responsibility is to listen to all. That's why we do these town hall meetings. That's why I've done more than 100 of them. And why I'm so grateful to all of you of all beliefs for showing up and sharing those views. But ultimately, I am responsible to the constituency for exercising judgment And that's how our process is done. And I think you will find that the votes that I have cast have the support of the vast majority of the people of this district. And by the way, the moment they don't, there'll be somebody else standing here.
Hi, Congressman. My name is Shannon Poe. I'm a small miner, and I have a little place, or a little tiny place called Greeley Hill, about 30 miles from here. I'm not a Republican, and I'm not a Democrat, and frankly, I'm just an American now, because I can't identify with either party, no offense.
Yeah.
But one thing, and we got a lot of division going on here, one thing I think that we can all agree on for those residents here, we have the very best sheriff in the state.
Yeah.
Now, I have 10 counties in my district, so it's kind of dangerous for me to take sides, but I certainly cannot disagree.
Nobody will even run against him anymore, so. If you look at the seal of Mariposa County and you look at the seal on the state of California, it's got a gold miner on there. The state was founded on gold mining, and the small miners over the last 10 years have felt the jackboot of regulation from the EPA, from the BLM, USFS, and all these management agencies that are unelected bureaucrats. What are you going to do to put the small miners back to work in the state of California?
Well, we're already doing that. You may have noticed that the spring buffer rule was repealed by a congressional act just the week before last, I believe. We are going to be rolling back many of the regulations that have been crushing the life out of our economy. And we're not able to the President, of course, is committed to doing through his authority by executive order where he has that authority. And the rest will depend upon our ability to pass legislation out of the Congress and have it signed by the President. To my mind, we have three overarching mandates